Morning all. Good morning. Hope you guys are well. James, Martin, welcome. Let me know if I'm coming through okay before I get going, just so I know I am. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yep, thank you, mate. Sorry I'm a little bit late. One of my jobs, I hate doing the washing, right? The clothes washing and putting it back into the, morning Silver, back into the wardrobe and stuff. So I did a deal with Megan to say, right, I'll do the dishes if you do all the washings. So that's what I was literally doing right now. There was no other excuse for being late. Although I'm only 3 minutes late. Anyway, let's get into the markets, shall we? So we're seeing some drop off. And you know, not only is the Russia-Ukraine stuff there, now COVID seems to be back, right? In China. COVID cases surging, so there's obviously massive uncertainty right now in the market. I'm going to go away with my kind of niggly feeling that this should rise and just go purely with the technicals here. Again, I did say yesterday the technicals did say down. I just had a hunch that this market may rise. Lip, hold on, let me just reply to Lip here. Should come up. He's obviously new. Morning, Aaron. Let's see it on the left-hand side. I think it's fairly... Let me see if he comes in. Ah, there you are. Morning, Lip. What's your name, Lip? I can't call you Lip. Lip Dill. What's your actual name? Morning, Lamb. Dill? Okay, I'll remember that. Morning, Elmi. Good to see you've got it fixed, right? Yeah, I had Elmi messaged me yesterday saying he had a problem with Discord. I said I had the exact same thing. So hopefully you've fixed it now and I'm not getting disconnected. Okay, markets falling, risk off. Well, I've still got neutral slight / risk off until we break underneath this zone. I do think if we do break and close, the markets could tumble here. Possibly. You know, we've seen this level hold. We do have that decent corrective on the weekly chart, that ABC corrective, ABC, for potential continuation. If we do fall underneath here, yeah, I think we could see a decent bit of uncertainty and panic coming into this market right now. There is maybe a potential setup here. I would like this to tag this zone here, unfortunately. So, no, I don't think that's an actual setup for me. But either way, in terms of an order, it's not there. But from what we're seeing, in terms of Dow theory, it's obviously a downtrending environment. We've failed to breach these highs. We're looking to come down here. We're probably expecting some sort of reaction. But if we do get something like this, you know, there may be a potential for shorting this market at this area. So if we do get a reaction here, which I'm not sure we will, I think maybe we come down and test the lows. If we do break underneath, then yeah, certainly looking at pairs like the yen, like the Swiss, like the US dollar, against the CAD, against the Kiwi, against the, well, maybe more so against the Aussie and the Kiwi, depending on what happens with oil, I guess, in terms of that CAD. But a break below there, certainly I will go risk off, and we'll see what happens in the currency market because of that. But stocks looking weak. Stocks looking weak, absolutely. Dollar, we're getting what we want to get in terms of a trade. I've not put this on my watch list yet. It's still got some bit to go, but potentially into that complex corrective for continuation in that dollar. We are obviously expecting a rate hike from the Fed. Whether that's priced in or not, because people are expecting it, this is why I don't really go with the news. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, obviously, a rate hike is good for that individual currency pair in terms of strengthening that up. You'd expect a rate hike with how inflation's going, etc. The only thing I worry about the dollar from a technical perspective is this daily chart. So I still think it needs a little bit more from this push. I know we've had a slight pullback, V reversal in here. I just need a little bit more accumulation, a bit more of a 20 catch-up before I'm comfortable taking that dollar or this DXY as a trade to the upside. But at the moment, I'm not worried about this. As I said, I think we're in this corrective. We have to remember where we've come from in terms of this impulse. It needs to digest. Normally, US dollar pairs in this DXY do like that 50% area. And we've not quite hit that yet. We were almost there. So if we do hit that, this would be my ideal situation. We can get our V reversal, head and shoulders, break out to the upside. I would certainly take that dollar long. Morning, Nick, mate. Who else is in the room? Nick, Audrey, morning, guys. Hope you are. Amira, good morning. So yeah, bias, maybe rangy market for the dollar, and downward probably price action for that SPX, and certainly for a break. Just watch for a reaction. So as I said, I wouldn't go heavily into the yen and Swiss right now. I would just be wary of, okay, maybe we get a reaction here. You have to remember we did get a reaction previously. We have got a reaction here. It is getting smaller. So, you know, maybe on these slight pushes, you may see a little bit of pullback, but ultimately looking for a break underneath this zone. Okay, watch list today. What have I got on? Good to see so many of you back. Morning, Ifo. I know yesterday I kind of changed my mind quickly on the stream timings. I'll keep it at this one. It seems to be better for the majority. First one's Litecoin. Litecoin's still there. I didn't get what I wanted yesterday. I was looking for some real bearish price action. However, if we do get something today, I will think about it tomorrow. If we get an inverted hammer here, I'm not saying this is the nicest, because we would prefer this yesterday. We didn't quite get that. There is still some buying coming into this crypto market. As I said, this is a big level for Litecoin, this around this $100 mark. So we're really deciding what we want to do. And if we get some real bearish indicator today, we're on bar number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maximum I can do for my retest is 15, so it is still valid. But some real bearish price action to get us into that Litecoin short would be quite decent. So still looking at that. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. Bitcoin is still there. Bitcoin's still there on this daily, where we've got a tag on that 20 yesterday. It is potentially here on the 4-hour as well. But for me, we've got our V reversal, and it basically comes down and tags the zone here, which means our 30 to 50% rule must be intact from these two touches, right? So I need a little bit more accumulation for me to get in on a 4-hour break to the downside. So it's probably unlikely to happen here, but wait and see. Daily does look good. I'm just looking for a little bit of accumulation around this area, letting that 20 curl down. Got kind of a squeeze into the zone for a break to the downside. Again, it's in a great position considering we're looking at this as an AB shallow C. Break of B wave. This is nice. This is nice. Again, I just need to see in terms of a daily tag, some tags of this actual area and some accumulation prior to a potential break. So I do like it. As I said, you know, I do think Bitcoin wants to hit that 30K. I'm going to maintain that bias until it's not there. We could look at this as well. But yeah, essentially a little bit more here, a little bit more on the daily to take that short. Crypto, Bitcoin and Litecoin potential to the downside. Euro pound, I like the euro pound. And we've broken through. I did have it this morning. I like where it is. Hopefully this doesn't break too far. But we'll wait and see. What time are we now? 28 minutes till this hourly closes. Structure is coming in here. A nice squeeze into the zone. Breaking through on volume. Retest of this area. Continuation to the upside. I like this. I just worry whether it goes without me, unfortunately. There's been a few things like silver. I think silver yesterday went without me. Let's have a look at silver. See, this went without me. Didn't quite retest the area. What else did I have? I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember what else. But anyway, I've been quite unlucky, unfortunately. Where was I? Euro pound. But the ideas are there. This is the good thing. Normally when, you know, as we've seen the last few weeks, I've had quite a few ideas that haven't gone my way, i.e. there's been quite volatile. But there's now, recently, the ideas on the watch list are kind of going the way we think, so which is good. But yeah, I want a retest of this euro pound. I'm not sure if it's going to come. V reversal on the daily, few bars of consolidation after this big bullish bar. Here's your V reversal, breaking through this anchor, which is good. 20 period down here, not massively extended, and yeah, I like it. So hopefully it does retest. 4 hour again, we got a complex corrective. Is this enough from here? Maybe not quite enough for a breakout, but in terms of a retest on 30-minute, maybe it's okay. Let's see. Euro pound potential breakout retest to the upside. I think the daily looks better than the 4 hour. If we zoom in on this 4 hour, then, you know, in terms of a breakout, that's not quite enough for me. So I worry about, is this ready to move? Daily, I would say yes. 4 hour is a little bit, not sure. Looking at it again. However, let's wait and see. Euro pound potential longs. New Zealand Swiss shorts, which makes sense with our risk sentiment. I kind of like where it is on the 4 hour from a shorting perspective. We faked out to the upside. We're coming back down now. This price action doesn't look very nice for that continuation to the upside, i.e. that longer term trend. It is still a counter trend idea. But again, like I said, I don't mind this. It's giving us some confluence here with our potential shorting opportunity. Evening star on this daily chart as well. Volume signature is basically constant, which is okay. It's not like we're reducing. I mean, we are technically reducing in volume as we go along, but if we actually look at the signature, it's not a massive difference. So, as I said, we do have an evening star here at the 200. It got a little bit climactic at the top. We have that confluence with the SPX, potential movement to the downside. And here's our setup on the 30-minute, 1 hour. Cup with handle in this very nice accumulation phase prior to a potential breakout retest movement to the downside. So 30 to 50%, not quite there yet. But again, we're not taking the breakout. So this is actually okay for a breakout retest. So breakout, retest, movement to the downside. I like that idea as well. I like the bias of that right now as well. So New Zealand Swiss, Euro Pound, breakout, retest potential. US 30, the Dow. This aggressive entry seems to be working out quite well. From here, stops in, we're moving quite down. Remember, I can't do, what I think, I can't do anything until we break the level. That's the premise of the aggressive strategy. There is a potential breakout here, breakout to the downside. Need this to tag the area, give us a little bit of a reload to give our better risk reward or accumulation, whatever it is, 20 period catch up, breakout to the downside. Going with that trend, I like that. Yep, not really much to say on that. It's pretty clean, right? ABC, pushing down, tag the area, give us a 20 catch up, we'll take the break, and Dow Jones to the downside. But this is the good thing. I said it yesterday. This is the great thing about the aggressive entry. With USD yen, for example, I was watching USD yen for ages. Didn't get in on my breakout or a breakout retest, but we're in on it on this aggressive. If this comes down, remember, markets fall quicker than they rise. So if this does plummet down, we're in this trade. And it's something that I definitely want to do, because times like this, I want to trade more. And this is why I'm developing these things. So US 30, Dow Jones to the downside, going with that trend. That's nice. I do like that. Bitcoin I've done. USD NOK. USD NOK, we don't want this to break. I really like this as well. Another trade I want to get involved in. I just need a reload here. I can't take a break from deep. Often they're susceptible to a potential snap. We are trying to do this right now. Hopefully it does fake out and comes back down to give us a better risk reward for a breakout to the upside. The higher time frames with this is great. We did look at the daily yesterday from a longer term point of view from this big impulse, channel corrective, and now getting into this squeeze into this zone for a break to the upside. That is great. Ready to move? Absolutely. As I said, I want to be involved in this trade. I just can't take it yet. If it does break out, I can look for a breakout retest. but I'd rather get the break, something like this, to get me in. I mean, if we could, I mean, this is, you know, if I had my druthers, get something like this where our stop's underneath there, excuse me, then that would be even better. I'm just not sure with, obviously, the fundamental news coming out with the US dollar, whether we get that or not. So USD NOK, another one that I like. And finally, with the opposite view, USD ZAR shorts. Daily head and shoulders, we can look at this on the daily or the 4 hour. So as I said, this is more of a hedge play. We've got USD NOK potential longs, and we've got USD ZAR potential shorts. 4 hour here is good. We can kind of see the head and shoulders. We've tagged this area slightly again. We can look at it as a cup with handle within this corrective phase. Is that an aggressive entry? There. Is that an aggressive entry? It's not an ABC because these lows have been broken, so it's not that. I don't think I would have taken that as aggressive entry. I don't think it's quite digested enough from this basing structure. So although I wouldn't mind it, I don't think I would have taken that, or I don't think I'm going to take that as an aggressive strat. Anyway, something like this for USD ZAR to get us in a breakout to the downside is another trade that I like. So all these ones on the watch list I do actually really like. Litecoin, maybe Litecoin is my least favorite, just because of how that price action looks from yesterday's bar. But let's see what it does today. Euro pound is nice. New Zealand Swiss is nice. US 30 is really nice. Bitcoin obviously is nice. USD NOK is nice. USD ZAR is nice. They're all nice. But it's whether I get a trade in them. Oh, sorry, I've not been looking at the chat here. I was on a roll. I was on a roll doing my watch list. Silver wasn't a good setup for you. I thought I'd retest the support level. Yeah, the problem was the retest, Nick. So the retest I liked here. Okay, for me to get involved in it, right? This would have needed to turn into a complex, okay, because of the price action here. So this is all great. This is all good. And actually, I mean, if you look at this, I don't know whether the breakouts or the aggressive strat works on smaller time frames. I'm actually just about to start mentoring Aaron. I know he'll watch this. It's not one anyway because there's not volume on it. And he really likes the idea of the aggressive strategy. So I was going to say to him, well, go and test it on the 30-minute and 1 hour and tell me if it works or not. But no, I would need this to actually tag back in the level complex because of this price action for me to get involved in it. So the idea was there, but no, it didn't quite fit my entry criteria. I know what you're looking at on the hourly. You're saying, well, it retested there, right? Firstly, I need a minimum between 5 and 15 candles for my retest, whatever time frame it comes on. So for me, although this is technically a retest, it's not something I could get involved in. So idea was right, trade went there. Yeah, it depends on what. So I kind of change my level slightly depending on what time frame I'm looking at. So if we look at the 30-minute, for me, that's quite good there, okay? And it's not come back and retested the area, right? For the hourly, I've put my level here, okay, where it has come back and tested the level. So we've got our cup with a handle, push through, and retest there. So I know that's it's slightly different, but it's just how I see it and where the pattern is coming on that particular time frame that I adjust my level for that. Yeah. So, I mean, normally this doesn't happen. We normally have the same area, but sometimes we have slight differentials between, or sometimes I have slight differentials between small time frame levels, and obviously your 30-minute levels or 50-minute levels will be different from your 4 hour, but sometimes the 30-minute levels are different from the 1 hour. It's just seeing where the pattern is coming from, right? So for example, with Bitcoin, where we're looking at different areas, or I'm looking at different areas, this is the way I see it. I'm looking at different areas on the 4 hour for a breakout and on the daily for a breakout. So I'm looking here, whereas daily I'm looking a bit further down for a proper breakout on that chart. I keep thinking, Nick, when you ask me, sometimes I think you're silver. I don't know why. I use deeper levels in the lower time frames. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there certainly are differences. There certainly are differences on each time frame in terms of levels. It, like I said, for the 30-minute, 1 hour in that example, it doesn't usually have a difference, or there's not usually things like this, but sometimes it does happen. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Janica Martin, would you consider a sell limit from the top of the wick? Sorry, Martin. What were you looking at there? Which pair? US 30? USD NOK. USD NOK from the top of the wick. A sell limit as in a fake out. So here. I mean, yeah, but it's how do you know you're selling there before it's actually hit there? So sell limit from the top, US 30. US 30. You mean in terms of my aggressive strategy, my aggressive entry here? Is that what you mean? Hold on, let me bring you up so I don't have to keep flicking here. You're talking about taking that, I guess. Oh, no, that wasn't. Was that, what was that? Oh, no, that was USD ZAR. That was USD ZAR here. This one. Yeah, so for me, it's just not quite as clean in terms of this. It's not as quite as clean, so I wouldn't take it. But if you're saying if I don't really understand, Martin, sell limit from the top of the wick here. I'll just let you type. You guys, if you guys have anything you want me to look at, let me know now. EFO, I saw gold. I don't know if you took gold to the downside, but you were right on that call. Again, I'm not sure if you did take it. You can draw a limit in that area where the wick is at, to the left. Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. See if I should come right. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean, Martin. No, it's not something I would do. I would understand it, right? You're basically selling at what we're calling, I mean, I don't know whether, maybe know whether there's some hidden liquidity or real liquidity or whatever Andrew said. Hiding liquidity here, but essentially selling at supply resistance, whatever. I wouldn't do that. No, I wait for my RTE. Remember the eggs, my reason to enter, and I have to wait for that candle, for me, personally. So, because, for example, if we go to US 30, right? If we go to US 30, and I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think about what you're asking and go into the realities of it, right? So if we go back to the US 30 and you've identified this area, you put a sell limit here, right? Then where's your stop? Is your stop up here? I'm thinking in terms of a strategy, you know, because if you have a tight one here, then you're stopped out. I know this is one example. We've got to look at 100 examples, but yeah, it's just basically that RTE, reason to enter. I need that for my entry. Same with, like, I mean, that's with every strategy I have. Okay, maybe not the breakouts. I don't need an RTE for the breakout, but breakout retest in this aggressive strategy, I need my reason to enter. I need the market to tell me, okay, we finished in a pullback or ready to go down or go up. Yeah, the wicks look like a liquidity grab. Yeah, it does actually. You took gold yesterday. Excellent, EFO. Good to hear. Let's have a look at gold. I'll look at oil as well, Lam. Gold. So gold is still technically in an uptrend, right? But this price action is certainly bearish now. So if you're still in gold, I would hold that. I don't know how far it's going to go down. Gold does like a deeper retracement, but you know, if you're in it, I would be letting it run as much as it wants to run. You know, unless it turns into a complex, then fine. But it does look slightly bearish right now. Oil, let's have a look at oil. I've got US. I've got US here, Lamb. Oil is very similar to gold. I mean, the commodities are coming off. Essentially, you know, it did get a little bit climactic here. I know there's some positivity in terms of people are hoping there's going to be some kind of outcome with the talks between Russia and Ukraine, right? Bake a cake, yeah. RTE and RTM. Remember the eggs and remember the milk. So, oil. I mean, oil looks bearish to me now. Would I be selling it now? No, I wouldn't be selling it right now. From a technical perspective, I'm not going to go into the fundamentals, right? From a technical perspective, maybe something like this now. Potentially. Obviously, headlines can change this. We know that with what's going on. But from a technical perspective, I would be looking at sells now rather than buys on oil. Because of this price action. Got a bit climactic, didn't it? Coming down to this area, breaching through. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be selling it now, personally. I'd be waiting for a pullback. Something like that, my normal kind of strategy to get in, potentially on pullbacks if you're looking something like that for oil. But bias would be to the downside, I'd say. What are you looking at, Lam? What's your idea? Quick look at back at Euro Pound before Lam types. I'm looking at the 95 level to see if it can hold and then buy up and then sell. Buy up, buy to sell. 95. So this area here. Yeah, basically where we're at. So 95. Yeah, that would make sense. If you're looking to buy up, I mean, that's essentially what I'm looking at as well. Buying up to sell into it, right? Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Let's have a look at smaller time frames. But again, if something comes out fundamentally in terms of positivity, which is what we are hoping for from an ethical point of view, obviously, then oil will fall. Oil will fall, absolutely. Yeah. But from a technical perspective, yeah, I would agree with that. We've had a decent move to the downside. From a technical perspective, I would expect I wouldn't expect. I would like some pullback from this impulse to either, I'm not going to sell into it, but this is what people may be thinking, selling into that pullback for a break, ultimately back down underneath that 95 handle. So, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. All right, and that's, I think that's all she wrote. Anything else you guys want me to look at before I head off? Any questions you have? Remember, it's now the 15th of March. I have got no entries for the 50K. If you do want to enter, remember to send me a message or an email, rtop@rt-forex.com. There is some stuff happening in the back end. I know apparently there's still some bloody problems with this website and getting membership payments in. I am trying to sort that ASAP. So, I mean, it's good for you. You don't have to pay anything right now. But I will try and sort that. And, yeah, just bloody troubles of owning a website. It's not as easy as everybody says it is, put it that way. All these things you need to think about, hosting, problems with the hostings, problems with my emails, problems with a payment gateway. Oh, my God. What a nightmare. I can't get your money, Nick. No, I can't get anybody's money, unfortunately. At least I'm not Mamba FX and make my living off my company, right? But anyway, I'll let you know once it's all done. Except if you're in the US, you can. Yeah, I think the US. But I'm trying to sort this US and Canada payments out, so that we can get paid from the US, the guys in US and Canada. Do you know what I did think? Yeah, of course, Martin. I did think about doing crypto payments, but again, there was an issue with that. You know, it's unbelievable, these things that you don't think about. Like the payment gateway, if you've ever set up a website or do something like this, the payment gateway is an absolute nightmare. Like I said, can we get recurring payments? Some members might want to have recurring payments. No, you're not allowed this. No, you're not allowed US. No, you're not. I'm like, why? Because these companies, and this, again, I'm going away from Forex, but I'm just talking about it from a business perspective. These payment gateways can make or break my business, right? So I'm talking to this company. I'm like, I've just spent 2 years building a website, paying all the money, and you're here telling me that my business is going to be affected by what you approve. Like, who are you to tell me that this can happen? It's crazy. I think it's crazy anyway. So it might not be the same in other countries, maybe because we're a tax haven here. In the UAE, they're very strict, but it's been an absolute nightmare. Yeah, it is crazy. Crazy. I'll just let you guys type. So yeah, if you are looking at setting up something by yourself at some point in time, hit me up with some questions you have, and I'll happily help you, because there's a lot of things that I never knew when I started that I know now. And there's it's kind of like trading. This is what I mean, trading. What I'm doing on social media is all kind of like trading. It's just a gradual process. You get better. Not easy, not easy, Lamb, sometimes. UAE is weird, yeah. I mean, the most strange thing for me is this recurring payments, because I'm like, there's no risk. Why is there a risk to you? Why are you not? And US as well. Like, how the biggest economy in the world, are we not allowed to accept payments from somebody in the US? Like Martin in the US is $29, and they're stopping us do that. It's just madness. Anyway. So I'm doing a practice FTMO and to be ready for the real one. With these market conditions, I've taken 3 losses in a row. My confidence is starting to flake. How did you deal with it after 3 losses and get back at it instead of doubting everything you know and want to do? That's a good question. So, I mean, it did affect me. I mean, you guys saw it firsthand, right? When I had that time where I'm like, guys, I'm pissed off. And I was pissed off. And it did affect me because I had the pound New Zealand where I broke my rules. I had was it Litecoin? I mean, ultimately ended up to be an okay decision at the end of the day, but I still broke my rules. Time away, maybe. I think the best thing is just getting away from the charts for maybe a day. You know, the week off I took did help me as well in terms of this challenge. It is difficult. Like, it's not easy. This is the psychological stuff. And also it affected me, I think, with GA. I mean, look at GA. As I said, I think I've been quite amateur a few weeks ago where I didn't take this trade. You know, why didn't I do that? Because GN, a week or so ago, missed my stop by 1 pip. Right? And I'm thinking, right, this is look at this. And I'm looking back saying, why is that too big a risk reward? So again, it's just going to be, unfortunately, I would love to tell you it gets easier after time. It does get easier after time. But, you know, you're still going to make mistakes. And I guess, you know, even when I do things like this, and again, this is all psychological. This is all psychology. I just write it down and you know, it kind of prints in my mind that don't do it again. The good thing is, I mean, I'm kind of going on a tangent of your question, but your question was about drawdowns. How do you handle your confidence? And I think the best thing, firstly, is getting away from the charts. You know, having confidence in your trading. Like, I'm confident in the trades that I take. You know, this is a trade that I didn't take. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I didn't lose any money. I didn't revenge trade. I didn't do any of that stupid stuff. I just didn't take it because my psychology was off, right? But I have confidence in my ability, and again, that's taken me years to get. You know, I didn't have any confidence. I didn't think any trade that I took was going to be a winner. Now I generally think every trade I take is going to be a winner. And I get annoyed when they're not, because I'm kind of used to winning more trades, I guess. So yeah, it's difficult, Martin. I think everybody would need to have their own process of what they like to do, how they handle it. Personally, as I said, I go and have a beer. I get away from the office. I go for a walk, and I kind of come back when I'm refreshed. But it usually doesn't. Usually it takes me a night, to get away from the anger. But then it's that psychological. You still remember, as in things like this with this trade. So yeah, unfortunately, it's hard to give you a concrete answer. I can just tell you what I do. And, everybody's different. Some people might go for a game of golf. Some people may trade better angry. I don't think so, but some people may do. Another thing you could do is if you have the data, is go back and look at it. Just remember that this kind of stuff happens. Yeah, I know, Martin. Yeah, for example, me, I'm thinking, right, if I lose another trade, then I'm getting flirting with that drawdown allowance. So it's difficult. It's certainly heightened with FTMO. There's no doubt about it. Because of that time limit, it's heightened. So it's not like real trading, really. It's actually harder. These FTMOs are harder, but it's just something we have to do, right? It's just something we have to do. It's the price of that equity. And once you get it, once you have that buffer, then that's it. But getting it is difficult. It's difficult. This too shall pass. Yeah, correct. This too shall pass. Again, that's something I actually do say to myself. This too shall pass. But yeah, I remember getting annoyed, Martin, because there's a few times where, let's say I had solid trading for a while, and then I start my FTMO, and it all goes downhill, and I'm thinking, well, why God? Could you just not give me a nice trade to start off my FTMO? You know what I mean? Like now I'm thinking, well, why? I've just traded quite well for the past 6 months. Why is this happen now when I start my verification? Why is Putin gone into Ukraine? Again, just from a personal point of view, when I've just started my verification, why does this happen? But if you're a good enough trader, it's just you just have got to keep getting up. If you fail it, do it again. Do it again, do it again. I could go in and figure out how many times I've done this FTMO, probably about 20, I certainly did about 10 when I wasn't ready. Well, maybe actually more than that, 14 or 15 it could have been. And then the one that I got ready, I got that free repeat, and then I got my first 100. So it's just about, it's perseverance. And I don't get me wrong, I will be devastated if I fail this, because there's no free repeats in the verification. I'll be absolutely devastated, because this has been 7 months of my life, maybe, on this one account with the free repeats and the delays, and then the 2-month verification. I'll be devastated. But what can I do? I can just do it again. I can just have to do it again. That's it. I have my goal, and that's it. The thing that helps me, besides time off the chart, is my trading strategy. It's the risk ratio that helps win that. Yeah, in my mind, I know when I lose 2-3 trades, it's okay, because another trade opportunity will present itself, and with one trade, I cover my loss with ease. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I'm confident that even in loss periods, my strategy has my back. Yep, I'm more risk averse, so with me, 2-3 trades loss is hard on mentality when it happens, but because I'm more risk averse, that certainly plays out my favor. But only because I'm confident in the strategy. Yeah, confident in your own strategy, knowing your data, knowing your average drawdown, things like that do help. Certainly do help. As I said, when I was on that third trade, this should be it, and I won the fourth trade. So, confidence in that data. But my best advice, get away from the chart and go and have a beer. Go and watch a funny YouTube video, and then come back when you're refreshed. There's always another trade, right? There's always another trade. Or go to the gym. I mean, yeah, go to the gym is another good thing. Go boxing. Go in. I've got a boxing. I actually used to put a boxing in my maid's room. Don't have it now because it's Megan's brow room. But I used to have a boxing. Not really for trading. I'm not that angry with my trading, but just in general, I kind of like it. But yeah, sorry. I mean, no, I meant non-alcoholic, Nick. Non-alcoholic beer. But training, yeah, gym is a good thing. Yeah. Go for a bike ride. I mean, there's lots there. There's lots of things just to get away, and just understanding that, right, I'm annoyed. I shouldn't be here because this is what happened in the past. Experience helps. I remember when I was angry, what happened in the past. I lost money, revenge traded. So yeah, it's just figuring out what works best for you, and just keep telling yourself your strategy works. I've backtested it. Your strategy works. You know. Morning, Trev. You're just coming at the end of the stream. Any other questions before I hop off? Do you know what? Also, before the last thought is you could even write down a plan of when do you get annoyed. What do I do? You could have a pissed off plan. Right, get away from the charts for at least 3 hours. Sleep it off. Don't do anything. You know. Write it down again, planning for every kind of thing. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. But it's just part and parcel of the game. You know, professional athletes are going to get bad press and stuff if they have a bad game. You know, it's just part and parcel of it. Yeah, trading diary. Yeah, trading diary. You could go and back test if you really wanted. You can go back test and get that confidence back in your strategy. Yeah. Take a shower, take a nap, yeah. I mean, essentially everything we're saying here, right, is get away from the charts. That is number one. I'll just let you type, Nick, before I head off. Quick look at Euro Pound. I got a feeling this Euro Pound is going to push. Told you, I had that feeling it was going to push. Naps. Just sleep. Just go and sleep, yeah. There you go. Right, we'll leave it as that. Let's all go and take a nap. Right, guys, appreciate you joining, and I'll be around Discord, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember to trade safe, and yeah, take care. Cheers, guys. Peace.